Well, it is 7 o'clock, I believe. Is it 7 o'clock? Where can I see the time? Okay, I can't see the time. Let me just. Yeah, it is 7 o'clock. What's up, everybody? And welcome to our episode 13, I think. And it's been going so well thus far, you guys. I think I must always share. Well, let's first get some few people in the live before I show you guys what happened since yesterday with my watch time since I've gone live. I've already shown you yesterday. I think I was at 1,200, 1,302. And what happened since then? How many hours were added? And I'm like, oh, why didn't I go live all this time? Advising people, but I'm not doing my own thing. But other than that, guys, how is your day? How is your day? Right now, nobody is in. I think maybe other people are having their own lives at this time because I'm trying to find the perfect time to go live also so it doesn't clash with other content creators because we all seemingly trying to increase our watch times by going live in the evening. I also do watch some other lives during the course of the day, which I just make them run while I work so that they get the watch time that they are looking for or wanting to make. Please, guys, if you have means to do that with the other YouTubers that are trying to get themselves to 240,000 minutes, that's 4,000 hours. It's not easy. For some people, it takes them years and years to get there. Others, it takes few months. Others, takes few days. It just depends on luck. I want to dispute the people that say YouTube is not about luck. I don't think it's not about luck. I think it is about luck. Because why would a person start a YouTube channel today? One video, they already have 4,000 hours of watch time and 100,000 subscribers. What was so special about that YouTuber except for luck, right? And then you look at the videos and you're like, okay. Then you go to the description box, you're like, okay, typical. You go to the tags, typical, but they already at 100,000 subscribers in just one day and 4,000 hours of watch time in just one day. It is all about luck. I do believe it's about luck, but I believe sometimes you make your own luck. I mean, it all depends on your, I think maybe, I don't mean to be offensive with what I'm about to say, but I also think it has something to do with your upbringing. If you had people that always pushed you and then they guided you by giving you the tools like you need to be committed, you need to work hard, you need to make sure that you're not distracted, don't hang out with the wrong people, people that don't have same ambitions as yourself, maybe not same ambitions, but in same wavelength as you regarding the future, stuff like that, because these tools they help you to whatever you do in life, you always remember these tools. These are the stuff that I believe most of us are taught at home by our parents, especially us people who don't have anything that our parents left us with, like generational wealth. So we always have to work 3 times, 5 times, 10 times more than our counterparts and brown people and those that have opportunities that they've gotten from the forefathers, wealth being passed down through trust funds and all of that stuff. I think some even are called trust fund babies. We don't have trust fund babies in this community at all. So, of course, your parent is the person that will sit you down and say, listen, I got nothing to give you when I'm gone. But the only thing that I can give you right now, I hope you're also doing the same thing to your own children. The only thing that I can give you right now is these few tools. Please be a good person and all of that, what I just said right now. So that's exactly what we are all trying to do here on YouTube. I feel like YouTube is a blessing to a lot of people. Okay, for me, I do have a 9 to 5, so I would not say, oh my goodness, it came at the right time when things are just horrible in my life. However, I would say it came as a blessing for me because it is like a second leg to stand on. That if anything should happen to my 9 to 5, I know that I have a YouTube channel that could potentially give me a comfortable life, possibly even financial freedom, or even great wealth, where I can build on and build generational wealth for my own children and their children's children, all because of YouTube. I have seen how YouTube has changed so many people's lives. Maybe not monetary, but also personally. Like for me, for example, when I started YouTube, I don't know if I ever told you guys this story about how terrified I was when I thought of starting a YouTube channel in 2019. I was like, oh my God, I had all kinds of anxiety. I knew that I loved this thing. I knew that I could do something on this platform. I knew that I could possibly touch somebody's life one way or the other. I was not interested in many other things. I was interested in humans and their well being. The well-being that I'm talking about, financial well-being. And I knew that if I started a channel and I start talking and laying a foundation for other people, because trust and believe me, COVID, did I just say, oh gosh, Cororo did get me. Not only got me health wisely, but also with my job, where I was like, oh my goodness, nothing is guaranteed in this world. Absolutely nothing is guaranteed. A pandemonium can come from out of nowhere while you are comfortable working and earning a predictable income. You're able to live the lifestyle that you have built for yourself, and poop in a moment's time, it is all gone. And when that happened, that is when I was like, whew, I know that this could be changed by YouTube. Maybe the world has come to an end. And eventually, when it does, I don't know when it's going to take me. Let me start a YouTube channel. And if I'm lucky, I will make money out of this platform, etc., and so on. So I had all kinds of concerns. I mean, number one, some things are obvious, by just looking at me. Like, you're thinking people are gonna be like, go fix your teeth. And I've had people say that. And one thing about people, I mean, I've had this since I don't know when. If there's one thing you can never convince me of, it doesn't matter whether you what's the word that I'm trying to say? You bully me into it. I'll go fix your teeth. I will never. This is my signature. I couldn't care less. I told myself I'm going to walk into this thing knowing fully well that there are going to be people who will have an issue. Just 3 days ago, somebody said that to me. And then I wrote back in the comment and said, I would also like to let you know that God heard your cry. Me, it's got nothing to do. I didn't create this. So God heard you and he will answer you in due course. So the point that I'm trying to make to that individual is if you are still going to have kids, chances are you're going to have a kid with a mouth facing that direction and a nose facing the other direction. And then you will remember me with just gaps between my teeth. That has absolutely nothing to do with you or me because I didn't create this. And there are other stuff as well that I was concerned about. I have a rainbow shades on my skin. If you look at my skin here on my face, I've got multiple shades. I'm dark this way, I'm light somewhere, and if I'm dark here, and then if you go down, then I started to look like a yellow bone. The more you go down, I look even whiter. And then when you go to my feet, this is when I begin to look somewhat like a brown person. It's a mess. And I love this mess because it's who I am and there's nothing I can do about it. The only thing that I can do is to keep my skin, this very one right here, because it's my brand. And I need to show effort that I respect y'all. If somebody has an issue with my teeth, guess what? That's your problem, ain't mine. As long as I brush my teeth and my mouth smells great, it doesn't bother me, then we are good. Everything else, it's where it's supposed to be, period. So I was like worried about all those things. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be the laughing stock of the global platform called YouTube. But you know what? I went for it. I just went for it. I know there are a lot of people that are afraid to start simply because they think of the imperfections. They don't have the right vanity. Some are even worried about their age. Like, I'm too old for this. People are going, hey, listen, if you are watching recently, but I'm saying this mostly with, okay, some they come in couples. They are in the late 50s, early 60s, and they are talking about money. They are talking about frugality. They are talking about growing old, living alone. They are talking about, and they are getting views and they are making money. Some of them even say, I've never made this money in my entire 65 years on this earth because of YouTube. So the point I'm making here is that if you take this platform seriously, it has a potential to change your life for the better. But in order for that to happen, you need to be committed. It's not easy to grow a YouTube channel. It is not easy to create a YouTube channel. Especially, I would say, for me, to be honest with you, in Africa, it's not easy to grow a YouTube channel. And then if you were going to localize it in South Africa, it's not easy to grow a YouTube channel because seemingly YouTube is also exposing the type of people that we are as a nation versus other African countries. If you start a YouTube channel in Nigeria or Kenya, in a week or two's time, you already at 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time, and you are monetizing. And within 6 months, you're already approaching your 100,000 subscriber mark. Here in South Africa, it's like nobody. I don't know how we are built or what we think is going to be a situation if they subscribe to your channel. I mean, you're forever begging for subscriptions and likes and but comments. Oh, we are very generous with our comments in South Africa. Generous. We would rather comment rather than subscribing and also leaving a like. That is just the reality of YouTubers in South Africa versus in Kenya versus in Nigeria. The biggest YouTuber, South Africa can never brag of having many big YouTubers. Can never. Go to Nigeria, go to Kenya. You will see one individual with 700,000 subscribers. You go to Nigeria, a lot of people. Okay, I get it. You will say, but the population, nah, 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 math. I get that. But the point is also support. Those people will support each other. I mean, we've seen it with Big Brother Africa. Most of the time, who wins? Not because of the public, because of support that they show their content creators. Guys, I'm so sorry with the focus of this. I don't know how to fix it. So now and again, you will see flickering. Yeah, as I was saying, unfortunately, here to grow a YouTube channel in South Africa, it is not the easiest. And then if you look at also races, white people are very supportive of each other, extremely supportive. They make sure that they own, I mean, mix it. They become millionaires. They buy things with the affiliate links. They buy the digital products. They also watch videos, like, subscribe, and also give super thanks and super chats and super stickers when they go live. They do that. And then you will have some black people will be like, but the ratio of successful YouTubers on the platform, it is not the same. But then you have to look at the truth. The truth is us, we don't support each other. We just don't. We would rather, for example, I'll give you a practical example. I do YouTube education, right? But people would rather not listen to me because I'm talking our own. They would rather not listen to me because, but they find authority and also find legitimacy in a YouTuber that is probably smaller than I am. And I can prove this. I got receipts for that. They would rather go for a YouTuber who does exactly the same thing that I do. And they, you'll see them in a comment section. South Africans there. I mean, South Africans in their comment section, and you're like, all right. So clearly, we we don't support each other at all. We don't believe. I think somebody once even said to me, if you want to legitimize anything in a group of, put this just one, and all of that is legit. Everybody will flock to it and they will listen. And this person will not even say anything, will just be there. Will just be there. Case in point, there was a year, I can't remember which year that was, where a certain pastor rose somebody from the dead. And guess who was in the crowd of people doing absolutely nothing next to the pastor? And because it was there, somehow it triggered something, I would say colonialists or colonialist mentality. I don't know, it got triggered. And therefore, everybody believed that indeed this pastor rose somebody from the dead simply because the psychology that was being played. So that same psychology, unfortunately, it's making a lot of YouTubers that does education niches. This is just the truth, guys, that I'm just going to spill to you as a content creator in the education space, that we don't get the support from our own, and it's going to take forever. And when you bring this to the attention of our own people, they gaslight you. They'll say, oh, I went and I watched 10 of your videos. You are boring. Why should we? But let me tell you something. Whether the content is good or horrible, they are there. They will encourage them, like, yeah, there are some few little things that you need to work on, but we are here to support you and watch your journey progress. But us shutting down because it's pointing something that we don't want to be pointed at us and expose us. I watched two of you, and they did not, simply because you are exposing the lack of support in our own communities. You open a business. Why many black businesses in our townships or wherever a black business is at is not succeeding? Go to Amakosa, this fashion line. Right next to them is your Italian, French, German, and American products. Guess where our people go to? Guess where they go to? They would rather go to Gucci store, they would rather go to Louis Vuitton store and bypass Amakosa, which is sandwiched between these stores. And Amakosa, they got great fashion, stuff that you can be proud of and on the international stage. But no, we would rather go. Same thing with what do you call this? Clinics. If there's an Indian clinic this side and a white person's clinic on the left, and then in the middle is a black person's clinic, guess where we go to? If the Indian clinic is full, what's supposed to be your second choice? The middle clinic, right? But no, we will skip that one because it's owned by a black person and we'll go to the white one. Why do we do this to ourselves? I do not know. It's not something that we talk about. I don't know why we don't talk about this. There's just no support at all for our own people. So that is why, as a content creator here in South Africa, it is difficult to grow, let alone make the type of money that other content creators on the other, what do you call this, on the global platform, they are making all these money. Let me tell you something. Nigerian YouTubers, they are sought after by big brands. Kenyan YouTubers are sought after by big brands. Tell me which big brand that goes after South African content creators. I'll wait. The reason being, in South Africa, the numbers don't number. Number two, the engagement is, even on a so-called big YouTuber's channel, the numbers are not numbering. While we are withholding support from each other in this country. So it's tough. I get it. Maybe those are the things that people count the cost about and say, I want to start a channel, but I'm not going to get the support I need. It's legit concern. It's going to take months, if not years. And the worst part about it, South Africa take beauty, vanity. So I don't know. You would swear we are Europe 1990s. Remember, in order for you to be a successful model, you needed to be this thin and you needed to have some kind of an, okay, I'll whisper this, right? And now South Africa is doing it today. If you don't look the part, if you don't have perfect cornrowed teeth, perfect skin with full beard, and you're looking amazing, you're just not going to go anywhere. You are going to be supported by your kind, the low class, the low, the ones that look like you, the ones that relate to you, the ones that resonate with you. But the perfect looking ones, yeah, they have their people. Those are the successful ones in a South African uh how do you put this? In a South African term. Because on a global stage, South Africa features nowhere. Yeah, fine. We had Mihlali being invited by Riri, but how many other content creators that came from the same country that were at Riri's what do you call this? Fenty, whatever event they had in the US. I believe there were about three South Africans there, if I kind of like saw, and then everyone else come from the same country and they and multitudes. I believe the Nigerians that were there were more than 10 Nigerians, more than five Kenyans, more than five Ghanaians. Why? Because the numbers number in those African countries. With us, we're just shooting ourselves on the foot. And I think maybe that is why other content creators or people that want to do content creation are a little bit afraid. The content creators in South Africa are supported mostly by Europeans, by Americans, and all wherever they exist. That is why they are multimillionaires. That is why big brands come after them. They fly them off to here and fly them off to there. When have you ever heard, or when last did you hear, except for Mihlali, because she's the one I know that gets invited to international brand events. Bonang Mateba is another person that gets invited to international brand events. But then comes here. I mean, what's happening? And it's not like YouTube is not growing in South Africa. YouTube is growing in South Africa. I just learned not so long ago that YouTube had a huge 3 day event. Why would YouTube have a 3 day event in Nigeria and not have it other parts of Africa? Simply because the numbers there, they support each other. YouTube makes money there. YouTubers, they make money out of these brands when they come to Nigeria and host these big brand events where YouTubers and Instagrammers and TikTokers of Nigeria are able to make millions of dollars. If we had to collect or talk about the most richest YouTubers on the African continent, the majority of them will come from Nigeria, Kenya, and Ghana. In South Africa, it's just going to be a sprinkle. It's going to be the usual suspects: Mihlali, Lasizwe, MacG, and who else? Who else? It stops there. Why? Because South Africans are shooting themselves on the foot by not uplifting their fellow South Africans. Ah, Fuba reaching army. That mentality, I don't get it. Where did we get it from? Where did we get it from? Ah, Fuba reaching army. What's wrong, Gibe reaching Gawe? What is wrong, me becoming rich because of you? I don't understand that. Another thing that I'm also taking a very huge notice of in South Africa, in order for you to be seen by other content creators, the first thing that they look at is the cosmetics of your platform. Oh, nah, you only have 618 subscribers. And yet, while you're having these 618 subscribers, you are talking about the most important topics that are going to change lives. Shouldn't that be the one that matters than my subscriber count? Shouldn't you be like, you know what? I have a podcast, and in my podcast, we're talking about empowerment, we're talking about one, two, three. Why don't we get a YouTuber that doesn't matter how what the subscriber count is? But the moment Clantis's channel hits 100,000, not even 100,000, goes beyond the 20,000 subscriber mark, suddenly I'm seeing now I exist. Suddenly you're getting these emails. Hi, I would like to have you on my podcast. Now you tell me how am I supposed to feel about that? I've been doing life-changing topics on my channel. Not once did you look my direction. Excuse me, my saliva choking me. And not once, and you don't tell me that the algorithm has never put my videos in front of you before. You can't say that because I see it in my analytics. I see it in my analytics. I got 75% browse feature. And I am watched. If you look at my top geographies, South Africa is 75%. So chances are, and I have about 3 million impressions on this very channel. 3 million impressions. Again, it goes down to what I said earlier. We are not supportive of each other. You're telling me 3 million people see my thumbnail, but decide not to click. But the next thumbnail that they see of a person that said exactly the same thing that I teach on my channel, you click and watch simply because, and they live overseas. So these are the things that now, how am I supposed to feel now at the end where I'm like, should I respond to this invitation? Why should I respond? You see, now myself, I'm also falling into the same trap of don't support them because they didn't support you. And it's a wrong mentality. Why are we looking at why cosmetics matters more than the content? Because YouTube says content is king. That's what people come onto the platform for. They don't come for that I look like a model. They don't come for that I have advertiser friendly looking teeth. They don't come for whatever it is that people look for in order for them to give you attention. I even had a content creator not so long ago. We're just sitting and chatting, and she said something like, if something looks stupid to me, I don't even give it a chance. But it doesn't matter how stupid it looks. They will click, they will watch, and they will give advice. They don't mind that. So since you are experienced and you are big, why don't you also do the same thing to your fellow content creators? Like, oh, shame, I can see you're trying. But can I give you a few advice since I have a successful platform, whether it's Instagram or it's TikTok or it's YouTube or Facebook? Just give that gem and direct the content because sometimes we don't know. I mean, we didn't go to school for this. We were not trained. There's no manual for this. That is why some of us are here to make sure that if you come across my videos, you get the guidance that you need in order to grow your channel. But the problem is we don't look at each other at all. But the only time you will look at each other is when the vanity of your channel or Instagram or TikTok looks like, oh yeah, now hi. Suddenly they're coming to your DM and saying things like, oh, I would like to invite you. Oh my God, I love your content. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if I'm making sense, but this is my observation since I've started YouTube quite a long time ago. 2020, guys, I've already told you. 2020 when I started YouTube. And when you are in the education niche in South Africa, look at other content creators elsewhere in the world that do what I do. Look at if numbers are important to you, go check them out. Come back to South Africa and ask yourself what's happening here. What is happening here? Don't get me started with the opportunities of getting brand deals or even a sponsorship. Sometimes I feel like, I mean, this is South Africa after all. In order for you to get a brand, if you're a girl, you're going to have to do some unsavory things. Maybe the social media manager or marketing manager of a particular brand is a male, might say, okay, go out on a date with me, and then you'll get this brand. So the question now becomes, and I know it's a wrong mentality to jump in, but the way things are happening in South Africa, it makes you wonder. It just makes you wonder. I mean, I'm not just saying something that you've never heard before. Even in government, there are government departments where a certain CEO or COO or CFO or somebody that is responsible with the recruitment, sometimes even HR, will say, you gotta sleep with me in order for you to get this job. Again, it's a wrong mentality. But the way things are happening, you are tempted to think that way. That if I'm not going to spread my legs, definitely I'm not going to get brands at all. I'm just not. Unless you get brand deals through connections. That is why I always say, do not make enemies of yourself with other content creators, because a content creator might be overwhelmed with brand campaigns, and then comes another brand campaign and they'll say, you know what, I'm already swarmed. Can you pass this? Can I make a recommendation? Can you go to Maka's channel, check her content out, but I recommend her for this brand campaign. So it looks that's the only way, or probably one of the ways of getting a brand campaign in South Africa. Because I believe there's some serious gatekeeping going on. Serious gatekeeping. There are people that are known already for. Sometimes you even ask yourself, maybe there's corruption, there's kickbacks of some sort. This particular brand manager comes over and say, listen, I'm going to give you a brand campaign. It will pay you this much. And I'm going to tell you the truth. This is how much we are willing to pay you. I want 10%. It feels like that is what is going. This is South Africa after all. We must not forget this is South Africa after all. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But my observations are saying, you don't stand a chance of getting any brand campaign unless dot dot dot. And now, which now makes you wonder, with all these people that are getting brand campaign, one not more than a week later, another one and another one and another one. Great. I'm not saying they're not supposed to. And if it's clean, then I'm okay with that. That's great. That's fantastic. But it leaves a lot of content creators. This is a conversation. I'm not talking about something that I'm sucking out of my thumb here. This is conversations that is had by content creators. They rope me in and ask my own opinion about this. And I make my opinions. And my opinion is exactly what I'm saying. That it looks as though, and then, of course, many content creators have folded. They like surrendered. They say, okay, I know I'm never going to get a brand deal. So let me just continue doing other things with my YouTube channel. Try and make money maybe out of affiliate marketing. Try and make money out of creating brand, what do you call this, merchandisers. Let me create a digital course or a digital product. Because definitely no brand is going to come my way if I'm not willing to do one, two, or three. That's just how it feels like. That is my opinion. I'm not saying my opinion is correct, but it looks like that, which adds again to my argument that support of each other has gone to the dogs. We just don't support each other unless somebody that wants to support you places a condition in front of you. And which is a sad thing if you think about it. It is so sad. It's very, very sad. So that is why I feel obligated with the content that I bring before you. Like, I'm not saying brands will not come to you. Well, for me, that I'm talking about this like this, I know I've already blacklisted myself. What brand is going to want to work with me after spilling out of this? You see what I mean? So my only way that I'm going to make money is Google AdSense, my digital products that I already have in my Etsy store, my affiliate links that I have in my Pinterest. I just have to forget that I will ever get any brand deal in this country unless I get so big that I get invited by international brands, because that's what it looks like things are happening. If your channel is really, really big, maybe around 300,000, this is when you start getting international brands coming to you, especially if you're going to get engagement that is around, let's say, 12 to 15% of your subscriber count. Then international brands, they approach you. So my only, probably, I'm not saying it is, probably the only way I will ever get a brand deal is growing my platforms to over 300,000 subscribers and getting over maybe 500,000 views. And that's only time I will see a brand deal. But here, I don't look the part for it either. I just don't look the part for any brand for that matter. So I know my weakness. I know my place. I know my place. And I'm speaking from my corner of what I'm saying. And I just made it worse by speaking and talking about this on a live. So it's a sad state of affairs that we find ourselves in. And yeah, Snow, you can subscribe. You can go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to drag my nose, but yo, guys, everything's just sitting on my nose. I can't hold it anymore. Please forgive me. Okay, sorry about that. That's the flu. But I think it's like the residues of flu. It's not like I have flu. Good evening, Snow. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. So I'm speaking for me. I don't know about you. Where do you put yourself in this grand scheme of things, of how things are happening? Support? I appreciate the support that I have from. Sometimes I wonder, like, what on earth? People, especially my main channel and this channel, I see the other two channels, even there as well. I'm like, two of my channels are supported. The top geographies is the United States, followed by Canada, followed by Australia, followed by, I think, the Netherlands, then Germany. South Africa is like right there at the tail. Maybe South Africa is like number 15 or something on my two channels. The ones the way I do Senzo Mewa case, of course, it's a South African, it's a domestic case, but I'm also seeing a lot of Americans coming through there as well. My top geography shows that number 3 is the United States. Something about the Americans and true crime. I'm not quite sure what it is. They are learning as they go along. They have gone back and learned about this case, and now they have caught up and they're engaging, which I love. And I get surprised every time. But South Africans that are coming through as well, it's what makes me the happiest, that not all South Africans are withholding their support for South African content creators. And I think these are authentic and quality people that appreciate content, irrespective of what the content is about. Look at you, you are here. You are here. We're talking stuff that other people are, but I have to do the work. Ah, no, let me rather not watch. Here you are. You are here. You are listening to me, and you are putting some of these things that I say on this channel into practice. And I love that. And I see as well others have picked up from where I left off and also doing something like what I'm doing. Puluku, you better do that when you come back. You know, being here by myself, I know there are other content creators that have started doing YouTube education. I even had one of their super subscribers saying that I'm copying them, and I'm like, all right, I'm sorry for copying your YouTuber. That's why I have no time to say, oh, you gotta go to Clantis Dumagute, go down below the Senzo Meiwa, and you will see that I started this way back in 2020. I don't, I just apologize. Like, I'm sorry for copying your favorite YouTuber, and I leave it there because also I'm protecting my personal brand. I don't want to be like scuffling with a person in the comment section of my channel because they come to my channel and say that the best thing that I can do to also protect them from you is to remove that comment. You guys don't have to see that somebody came and attacked me on something that I've been doing for 4 years now. This exactly for 4 years, where the voices that used to do something like that were probably two or three. I don't know how many we were. I will not claim that I'm the pioneer either. I'm not. Somebody did it before me. It's just that I was not aware of them. But I would like to see more content creators doing exactly what I do so that the word is spread. Did you hear just today? Was it today where they released the unemployment rate status? 32.9. That's ridiculously high. So now we need to go target these people and say, listen, there's YouTube. You can make money from YouTube, become your own boss. Possibly the potential of that is pretty loud. So please pick this. I'm telling you, I will say it again. You can even go to my videos. You can go to my videos, copy what I have already posted, but present them as yourself. Present them as yourself. Regurgitate, or what is it? Regurgitate what I said, because we need more voices like this. Yes, the growth is going to be very slow because you are a content creator in South Africa. That's the reality that you and I faces as content creators in this country. But I think that is what I don't even know how I even began here because I came here to answer questions if you had questions about your own YouTube journey. Because today it was a busy day at work, so I did not have time to research any of the topic that I was going to talk about today. I wanted to talk about side hustles that pay very well. Of course, you guys, you know, I want to plug you in things that are practical that could also potentially change your life, depending on your goals in life, financial goals, depending on your commitment as a person. Uh, all of that stuff. So I wanted to do that, but I could not have the time, and so I was gonna come here and I'll just let you direct the live with your questions, and I will answer those questions. But seemingly, I got carried away while I was doing an intro. All of this is an intro. Funny enough, this whole talk that I've had in the past 40 minutes, it was part of the intro. And now we have a full live stream. So let me go to your comments and see what you are saying. Probably you are like, Clantis, stop being jealous. because I've been accused of being jealous when I speak about something this serious because it is a serious issue. My favorites are the ones that say, I went to your channel, I watched 10 of your videos, you are boring. I'm like, okay, maybe I have to, I don't know. It is what it is. We have Mikado who says, hi, business partners. How are you doing, Mikado? Lucy says, good evening, business partners. Good evening to you too, Lucy. I work with all. Hi. Then we have Makwabe. Hi, Makwabe. How are you doing? Hello, everyone. How are you doing, Makwabe? So good to see you here. I'm so happy. Just Lucy says, South Africans, we needed to change the narrative. Hi, Ngeke. Yeah, it's gonna. I think it's not gonna change anytime soon. It's not something that's gonna change anytime soon, unless we create a culture. All of us, we agree. If you look at Kenyans, what makes Kenyans so connected with each other? They have this beads with the Kenyan flag. Wherever they are in the world, you will see it that's how much they're so connected with each other. Anything that any of them starts, they go there flooding there. They will just go full on and make sure that that content creator is gets successful on the platform. Same goes with Nigerians and Ghanaians and things like that. So I don't know, unless we have something like that as well, where we all have a common purpose as South Africans. Because the only common purpose I see that we are united at, from I mean across the board, is when somebody that is from another part of the world attack a South African or South Africans. That's when we are united and we go in our numbers in disseminating whatever narrative that they tried to spread to the world. And we control the narrative and say, speak to South Africans, don't speak on our behalf. That's the only time we are united. If we probably could take that and also agree that, guys, when one of us does this, let's all stand behind that person. If you have the means to stand behind that person, let's do it together. Trust and believe me. And the funny part is, South Africa is, I think, it's the top three high CPM countries on the continent. Can you imagine how many millionaires we'll have today if South Africans rallied behind each other on these social media platforms? Our CPM is higher than that of Nigeria, is higher than that of Kenya, is higher than that of Ghana. I think we are after Algeria and Egypt at $10 per 1,000 views. Can you imagine how many million? And I'm not talking millionaires in rands. I'm talking millionaires in US dollars. Michelle is already a millionaire in US dollars because of a YouTube channel. Before she started all of these other businesses that she owns, it's all the millions that she collected as a beauty content creator on YouTube. So Lasizwe, same thing. He became a millionaire in US dollars on YouTube before he went and opened an empire of a media company and consultancy, I think he has, and making more millions now in South African rands. So can you imagine if we all rallied around Mihlali and Lasizwe? There would be far more than $2 million. They'll be sitting probably, maybe they'll even be billionaires in South African rands now. But because we don't do this to each other, hey, it's going to take time, Lucy. It's going to take a miracle for us to change the narrative. Makado says, true, Lucy. I agree with Lucy as well, 100. The ghosted lady, what's up? What's up? Hey, business partners, how are you doing, ghosted lady? I hope you're doing well. Walk with Or says, I feel pain, honestly, with the non-supportive culture of South African YouTubers. Others are through though are challenged by cost of data. No, I understand that. I do understand that. I still feel, yeah, that's very true. But I always advise that they approach somebody in the family that works to sponsor them for at least a year, or at least up to when they are monetized and able to start earning that $150, $200. Now they have to be smart as well and say, okay, out of this $150, let me take 750 rand and get a what do you call this, a Wi-Fi or a network service provider that they are going to pay monthly fees to, so that they come off this person that is sponsoring them. Because the thing is, sometimes as family members that are working, we do feel like, oh man, I have to send 100 rand now for airtime or for data for whether it's a brother or a cousin or a niece or a nephew or whatever the case might be. But within 6 months, that is why you also have to work real hard in making sure that you get yourself monetized as quickly as possible so that you get off that sponsorship. As well, I know maybe a university is not nearby. Maybe the other university, in fact, most universities will be strict when non-students entering the campus. For me, I would say pretend as if you are going to inquire certain courses that you are going to do in 2025. Once you are inside, get a student and say, hey, what's the Wi-Fi what do you call this? Sometimes others are attached to student numbers. That might be a little bit difficult. Or you can find a student, as long as your video it is downloadable, or maybe easy to send to WhatsApp, and then that student uploads it to your channel for you, then do that. Come up with, you need to be creative. Go to a mall nearby. These banks have free Wi-Fi. Get onto that and then upload your video. I do understand that the cost of data is very challenging, but I would say, find a solution. Watch somebody's cars, people with cars in your neighbor on your street, so that you have money to take a taxi to go to town to a mall and then download your videos, or go to an airport and download your video from the free Wi-Fi there. And you know that you have a video for the week, and then you plan for the next video in the next week, and then you watch other people's car or carpets clean, do their laundry, whatever the case is that you can do to raise funds, so that every week there's a video that is posted on your channel. I don't know if I'm making sense there. Or, sometimes you have to, this is because the thing is, this becomes your story. When you are successful one day, you tell people, I started from the pits. I used to wash people's clothes just so I get data. I used to wash people's carpets and cars and look after their kids, and then they paid me this amount of. This is your story, and your story, the Zulu in me, and your story. What it does, it also legitimizes you, and somebody else that is watching you will respect you for where you come from, or even resonate with you or relate with you, because it's very important as well. There's a content creator, you must relate to your audience. People must not always feel like you've always been this dolled up content creator. You come from perfection. There's a real story behind all of us, and this is your story. If there are content creators that are struggling one way or the other. The Zulu goddess, how are you? And complain that Makhosa is expect. Yes, but Louis Vuitton is not. Gucci is not. Like what? Yeah, I've heard that too. I'm like, Aibo. This is an excuse not to support a fellow black person's business. Period. But splurge on foreign brands. Oh, that's like the number one spot for us. Again, because what is created is legit than what is created. Same goes with everything. Support me doing this content. I've had black people tell me I would rather listen to vidIQ than listen to you. And I always say it's a constitutional right by all means. As long as you are going to take what vidIQ teaches you, put it into practice or apply it and put it into practice, then I'm fine. That means vidIQ has done its job and I'm happy that you took that. Sometimes they think they are hurting you by, I don't get it. We are good, champ. We are good at shutting each other down for something that has such great potential to save so many lives, so many lives. Just Lucy says it also pains me. Yeah, I think we are all very much concerned about this. Woko is laughing. We did not hear siyahleba namhlanje. Sihleba ngama brands. That means gossiping. We are gossiping about the state of our nation when it comes to brand sponsorships. Woko says, I don't even know who the pink YouTubers are inside. Oh, there are a lot. The reason why you don't see them is because they are international stars. Yes. Oh, yes, they're internet. Because, like I said, as long as you have this, these guys are so good at supporting each other. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. They will lift you from the slums and put you on a pedestal in a matter of weeks. Weeks. So the reason why you don't see, they live in Dubai, some of them, others move to the USA, others move to Australia, but I do watch their channels and they still refer themselves proudly on the international stage as South Africans. Oh, yeah. And I love that. I love that. But now it also leaves me going like, it would be so nice for us black people to do the same thing here in South Africa, support each other. But maybe not just in South Africa. Maybe it's just a black thing all over the world. We just don't support each other. Uh, let's see. Just Lucy says Clantis spitting facts. Be careful, not Brand is watching. What will all says true, hey, and Just Lucy Brown. Yeah, people. Hey, sometimes we have to take this risk. I always consider myself as a person who's teaching, so there are risks that I'll have to take in telling things that may backfire on me someday. It's part of the nature of what I do, and I have to bring the truth to your attention. Do what you will with it. The Zulu goddess says that the government in other African countries take content creation seriously. I don't know which country. I think it's Kenya or Ghana that sponsors content creators. I don't know where I saw that. It was a video or somebody told me. I can't remember. And I went and I checked it and I'm like, it's true. I think it's Kenya. Yes. Wait. Let me continue reading. I once saw the Kenyan president inviting YouTubers to the state house to listen to their concerns. Yes, it is Kenya. I think it is you who said that. And I looked it up and I was like, oh, and indeed, Cyril will never, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And not so long ago, they were trying to shut or alternate content creation. They wanted to create a bill, or they created a bill that they needed to be passed in parliament, but content creators like Owami, Nechua Zwaro, she spoke against it, like strongly, and said, why would you create something like this without consulting content creators in South Africa? She did a brilliant job. Brilliant job. And I think it was put on hold after she responded to that. And I think content creators in South Africa don't even know that she did that. Yeah, she did. She did. What we'll also say is yes, the Zulu goddess was impressed by the Kenyan president. Cyril would rather give us stats of the rate of unemployment and stab our hearts even further instead of saying Are there any content creators out there? Is that's another alternative? Don't only look at us and think that we're going to provide jobs. And this is what I'm willing to do. My government's going to do one, two, three for you. Like, give us free Wi-Fi for heaven's sake. Then we have what O says Kenyan thrive on shout out. Oh yeah. Oh, they do. Really interesting how they grow each other's YouTube. They are the best at doing that. Them and the Nigerians. Very good at that. And Ghanaians too. The Zulu goddess, so true, Wako O. They plug each other's channels so much and they are so good at selling their own country too. They make me want to visit Kenya. Trust me, one of my the money that I'm putting aside from my YouTube channel, it's a store and my digital products is to get myself a ticket to Kenya. Mhm. Stay there for about 2 3 months and you know marinate in all of what they do. That seems to be so impressive because I'm impressed with Kenyans. Honestly speaking, I'm impressed with Kenyans. Puluku says I'm late. You, I don't know what time you came. Maybe you are. Snow, hi Snow. Can I subscribe? Yes, please do subscribe. Thank you so much, Snow. BBM, what's up, BBM? Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you too, BBM. Snow says good evening, good evening, good evening. BBM says I'm late as usual. I don't know when you came through though. Then we have BBM again who says, you don't owe anyone any explanation. Keep on doing you. Absolutely. I had to learn that as time went on. Sometimes the cancer in me comes out and becomes really spicy just to control things a little bit. Woko also says, I don't understand people complaining about being copied on YouTube. Like, who has original content? Who does? Because whatever content that they're going to bring to your attention, you'll be like, but I've seen this before. Somebody else did it. Why are you claiming this to be yours? There's no need to be territorial on YouTube either. It's not like when you are monetized, there's a pool of money that we get paid from. There's no pool. It's up to you how much you are willing to make through consistency and the quality of your videos and stuff like that. There's no pool that now you have to gatekeep content. It's like, I'm the one who came up with this content. If you want validation, say it. Say, I'm the one who brought this. Say it so that we can thank you for bringing it to our attention. Don't say, I was copied. There's no such a thing anywhere, absolutely anywhere in content creation world. That is why movies, you watch a movie, you're like, this movie reminds me of. Same script, different cast. Soapies. Look at the soapies in South Africa. You can tell, I've seen this storyline before, but it's different casts. Why are they not at each other's story like you're copying my idea? Sibaya came up with a concept that was adopted by the Queen, that was adopted by Isidingo, that was adopted by where the boss is a female and brutal. And all the other ones also started doing it. You know why? Because it captured the attention of the viewers. So now why Sibaya didn't say, oh, you people, you copied me. Yeah. No. Content, it's our responsibility as content creators as well to teach our viewers that there's no such a thing as copying content. If I do something, just know that I also got the idea elsewhere. Unless you started a whole brand new. And when people copy that, it's a compliment. That wow, like for example, Bailey Sarian with true crime. No true crime channel that existed on YouTube where a YouTuber will tell a true crime story doing makeup. Barry Siren came up with that. And now all content creators that came after her, when they tell true crime stories, they are doing makeup at the same time. But Betty Sarian has never said, "Oh, why y'all copying me?" She knows she's studied this. And people do give her credit if they want to. There is always a viewer for each content, whether similar or not. That's true. The pie is so big. You can't say, no, this one is mine. This one is mine. That means you don't understand content creation as a whole. And you're gonna learn the hard way when people copy. BBM says, what were all true? Calvin, hello, Calvin. How are you doing? Hi, Grandpa. Hi. Sebastian says you related to Beetlejuice. I did. I love that movie, but it scared the living daylight out of me. I was terrified. But I'll always find myself watching Beetlejuice, so maybe I relate to Beetlejuice. Who knows? Portia, hi Portia. Well done, Clantis. Your subscribers has increased drastically since being live. Yes, that's very true. My watch time as well has also shot up. I am happy. I'm a happy camper. I really am. And then we have B Club. Hi, B. How are you doing? Hey, big brother. What's up, B? I just arrived and I'm about to leave because it's been an hour, 6 minutes since we started this. The ghosted lady, love you too. Love you too. Guys, I think this is it for me. I think I've ranted enough today. Other than that, let's see each other tomorrow. I highly appreciate you guys, your support. We've had at some point 15 people, other point we have 10, others 6, which is great because my watch time is good. I'm happy with that. I would like to see you again tomorrow with my episode 14. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? Episode 14 we are going to. Woo! I'm excited and I'm enjoying this, guys. I am absolutely enjoying this so very much. I appreciate your support. So since I did not do my research today about today's topic, so definitely I think I'll have time to do my research tonight, and then we'll have a live on those a specific topic. And yeah, guys. Mercado says thank you, business partner. Thank you so much, business partner, for being here as well. So let me say goodbye and much love from me, you guys. Have yourself a good night. Take care of yourselves and your loved one. And let's support each other, please. Bye.